Welcome to our next edition of Geelong Business Bites for Adroit Insurance. It's a privilege to have Jason Smith with us today from Geelong Art Gallery. Geelong Art Gallery are a valued client of Adroit.
Thank you, Darrell. It's great to be here with you.
I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself so that we can share that with all of our clients.
I have been Director of Geelong Gallery since 2016, but I've been working in public art galleries since 1993, so it's a long career. I worked at the National Gallery of Victoria for 14 years, and I've worked around Melbourne and in Queensland as a curator and museum director, but I've always had my eye on Geelong. It's a wonderful collection. It's one of Australia's most highly respected galleries. It's 126 years old, and it's beloved in the community, so it's a wonderful place to work.
For a person that's hasn't got great knowledge of art, I've always been interested in your role. Do you see this as a role as a step somewhere else, or is it, a 10, 15, 20-year role?
Well, directing institutions like Geelong Gallery is the culmination of many years of work at a junior and middle management level. So achieving the role of director is not just about setting the tone of the exhibitions program or developing the collection, it's also running the business of the gallery. So it's the accumulation of a range of experiences across a career that's now almost 30 years old.
Tell us how you feel about the Geelong city or the community of Geelong. Is it a place that you've warmed to?
I was born in Frankston and grew up in Canberra.
Right.
So as a teenager, I was in Canberra when the National Gallery of Australia opened in 1982. That had a very profound effect on my love of art and my introduction to art museums, but also to the great value of works of art and the cultural asset of a major art collection as we have here in Geelong.
Jason, tell us about your specific role in the gallery.
My role is to be the artistic director of the gallery, so I work with the curatorial team to develop the exhibitions program from ideas right through to delivery, and to also develop the collection. We work very closely with artists, but I'm also the CEO, and so I work very closely with the development and commercial operations team to run the business of the gallery. And we work very closely with our board. Our board has a very strong focus on governance and business management and financial management. And we're a very well-run and well-governed organisation in terms of compliance and regulatory controls. And I work very closely with a deputy director who runs the business side of the institution and a senior curator who runs the artistic side of the institution. And I oversee those two arms of the gallery.
Jason, tell us about what happens if someone who has never been to the Geelong Art Gallery comes. What will they see and what will create interest for them?
What people will see when they come to Geelong Gallery is primarily a wonderful collection of Australian painting. They'll also see a fantastic collection of Australian printmaking and a range of decorative arts and crafts, particularly ceramics. The gallery is nationally acclaimed for its Australian painting collection. Behind us we see one of the great treasures of the collection, Eugene von Gerard's 1856 view of Geelong, one of the great treasures. The collection is full of pictures that are quite often requested for loan by other institutions, so it's a very important collection. Art galleries aren't for everyone, but we hope that when people walk in here, they see there is something for everyone. It's a very diverse collection. It runs from the early 1800s right through to the present day. We have a very strong commitment to contemporary art, and we do a lot of contemporary art exhibitions. So we balance our exhibitions program between exhibitions that might look at a wonderful historical figure like Arthur Streeton, right through to contemporary artists like Mandy Martin or Fiona Hall. So it's a diverse collection, and we change the exhibitions program 4 times a year. Audiences are different and communities are diverse. Yeah. So we respond to that, and we are the leading visual arts organisation in the region, and we have an extraordinary commitment to a range of communities. We reach out to communities through our learning programs. We welcome communities in. We're about to welcome our gallery tots for their weekly visit to the gallery. So I do hope that within this gallery there is something that will inspire everybody, and the purpose of this gallery is to provide a thought-provoking experience of art that enriches people's lives.
Excellent. So plans going forward, where's the Geelong Art Gallery in 2030?
Well, in 2030, the Geelong Gallery will be part of a completely renewed and dynamic cultural precinct. We can see in Geelong the redevelopment of the Geelong Arts Centre across the road. We've had the redevelopment of the library. The gallery is next.
Yeah.
We have a very robust business case for our redevelopment that has been with government for the past year. So by 2030, we hope that there is a major architectural and cultural statement here in Little Mallet Street that sets the gallery on a path for the next 126 years.
So Jason, the relationship between the Geelong Art Gallery and Adroit is in its 22nd year. For an organisation like Adroit, that is an amazing time span, but it's a privilege for us to be insuring something like the Geelong Art Gallery. Talk to me how you see the relationship between your insurance risk advisor and the gallery.
It is a long relationship with Adroit and one that we enjoy. The suite of policies that cover all of the business operations of the gallery give us great reassurance, but most particularly the fine art insurance ensures that the great cultural asset of the collection is protected.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, comprehensive insurance helps you sleep at night.
Yes, without any doubt. What were your thoughts when I started talking to you that you should have an insurance policy about cyber?
The management and board of the gallery take cyber insurance very seriously. Given what we have seen going on around the world and right on our doorstep here in Australia in recent times, we have taken cyber insurance as a very serious aspect of the suite of policies that now cover us. We're a small to medium sized organisation, but we retain hugely important data that's historical and that is fundamental to the running of the business. So cyber insurance, again, has given us great reassurance that we can continue and have a level of protection that gives us confidence.
Excellent. Jason, one of the things I've enjoyed about our relationship is Adroit sponsoring certain exhibitions.
That has been a great part of our relationship. As a not-for-profit organisation, Geelong Gallery enjoys a range of relationships with absolutely necessary sponsors and partners. We have a partnership with Adroit. It's a long-standing partnership. Yeah. The fact that Adroit comes back to us with a sponsorship for particular exhibitions means that we can actually put that exhibition on. Yeah. So we need our partners, we need our sponsors. We can't function as a business without them. Many not-for-profits would say the same. So the fact that we have a long-standing, mutually beneficial relationship is enormously important to us.
Excellent. That's fantastic to hear because, as I said earlier, it's a privilege for us to be looking after an organisation like the Geelong Art Gallery.
It's a somewhat unique relationship. All fine art organisations have insurance policies, but I think the longevity of our relationship with Adroit makes it particularly special.
Yeah. Tell me about the volunteers at the gallery with regards to numbers and how you get volunteers.
The gallery relies on the loyalty and hard work of volunteers, and over many decades, we've had a wonderful cohort of volunteers. In 2022, at the end of this year, we have 85 volunteers. And in the last financial year alone, they gave us just on 3,500 hours of voluntary work. That equates to around $140,000 that we don't have to apply to a staff member. And those volunteers do everything from assist in the shop, invigilate exhibitions, work with our education team, a range of tasks across all of the core business units of the gallery. They are the unpaid staff of the institution, and that's how we train and treat them.
So, Jason, tell me this, how does the normal person get involved in the Geelong Art Gallery? Be a member or a volunteer?
Well, membership's very important to us. We have around 1,000 members. There are quite a range of member benefits. We love people becoming a member of the gallery, and you will get all of the information that you require to know what's going on in terms of the exhibitions program, our public programs for kids. It's a very family-friendly organisation. So membership is important. It helps us, but we hope it helps the community understand what we're about.
Sure. One question that we ask all our businesses for the Geelong Business Bites is your pearls of wisdom for running a business. And what are your key factors?
Well, one of the things that I have learned, I've been in leadership positions for the past 15 years, and there are a couple of pearls of wisdom that help me through every day. That is to know what you don't know.
Yes.
When you're the director of an institution, it's important to remember that as much as the staff are working for you, you are working for them. That's very important. So that creates a team culture. I also think it's important not to be a micromanaging monster, and to empower people and to trust people. And when you trust, you receive back a very highly productive, motivated staff who achieve their goals.
Yep.
We're an outcomes-focused organisation, and we'll all know when people aren't doing their jobs, but trust is hugely important, and empowerment of your team is very important. That has guided my leadership.
Excellent.
So someone has to be the boss.
Yes,
but you work in collaboration with your team.
And then just to finalise, tell us about what's happening in 2023 for the Geelong Art Gallery.
We have around 14 exhibitions planned for 2023. The most important of which, or the leading exhibition, is a survey of the great Australian modernist painter Clarice Beckett, well represented in our collection. Clarice Beckett worked in the 1920s and the 1930s. She is a highly revered, much loved painter of bayside seascapes around Beaumaris, Port Phillip Bay, across the Yarra. Beautiful, soft, mesmerising, contemplative paintings that people love. So that's our major exhibition for from April until July.
Excellent. And if my memory serves me right, I think that might be the exhibition that Adroit is sponsoring.
I think Adroit is one of the major sponsors of Clarice Beckett, and we're very grateful.
So thank you, Jason. Thanks so much for being part of our Geelong Business Bites, and it's been terrific talking with you.
Well, thank you for the good relationship.
Thank you.